Okay, greetings YouTube land, welcome back to another Lord of the Rings online video. Before I get into this one, just to let everyone know, the latest issue of LoTRO issue 2 of 5 is available on their site. You can view it through their launcher, so when you open up the launcher, just look on the bottom there and you can click on it. Just want to showcase this thing very quickly, and as you can see, I've done most of these. I've done these quite a few times already on 3 different characters. I've done this on her, Callisto, and on Whisper Rain, and also on Phaedra. These are level 24 now, and what these are they're chapters for the further adventures of Bilbo Baggins. I don't know exactly how many there are, but when you first start off, there's 10 of them. And the first time you do it, for each character, you're going to get, when you do all 10, for the very first time, you get 30 at the end of it. 30, I don't know what I'm talking about actually, but 30 of what? It's 30 of these tokens of further adventure. I've accumulated 447 so far, so you can tell I've been at it for a while. Each chapter, and like I said, there's 10 of them, is going to give you around anywhere between maybe 4 to 6 tokens. Because every time you complete a chapter, there's going to be a reward chest at the end, and don't miss it. It'll always be there. Sometimes you'll have to talk to the quest giver at the end and just say finish now, but not travel now. Just finish now. You won't have the option for travel now until the next time you speak to them, the second time you speak, or rather third, I guess. But sometimes the chest will just appear, or sometimes you have to talk to the quest giver, and then the chest will appear, and then you open it, and there's a random amount, anywhere between maybe 3 or 4 or 3 to 5 tokens in there. And then when you talk to the quest giver, he sends you back out over here, and then when you talk to him again, he gives you another 2. I was always wondering what all these people were doing here. I keep seeing them here in Rivendell. This is where I'm at, in Rivendell, and they're always standing here and disappearing. And what they're doing is they're doing something like, I'll give you an example of, and this is a super easy one. These things can last anywhere from maybe a few minutes up to maybe 7 or 8 minutes.
When we find Bilbo,
you talk to him,
and
the whole thing is Bilbo has gone missing.
But not before.
And I won't go through reading it, but I've read through all of it. I went through all the dialogue and everything. The first time I did this, and now I just kind of blow through them to collect the tokens. But Bilbo's gone missing, and you have to try to find him. And you just kind of follow the clues of where he's gone. That's what's called the further adventures of Bilbo Baggins, because he's already old, so his adventures are already done. And you have to try to track him down. So that's what the plot is. I won't get into it. This is the start of it. When you do it for the first time, you have to go in order. Chapter 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. After you do it the first time, and after the cooldown, sometimes I think it gets, the cooldown is more and more each time you go through it, through all 10. I think maybe the first time the cooldown is maybe 6 hours, maybe even 4 to 6 hours, and then later it's like 12, something like that. But after you do it the first time, when you do it again, after everything cools down, and you can do all 10 again, you can do it in any order that you want. So this is an example. Talk to him. He wants me to speak to Arwen, his daughter. If you remember in the films, she was played by Liv Tyler. And here's Arwen. go down. This is one of the more easier ones. I won't do all the remaining ones, but this is not. This is an example of one of the easier ones, and there's a few easy ones that are simple like this. The other ones are still simple, but they can last anywhere up to maybe 7 or 8 minutes, depending upon how fast you kill things. But sometimes you just have to kill a bunch of enemies and monsters and goblins to get to the end of the chapter, and they're not very long. You know, like I said, these short ones are usually about a few minutes, and then the longer ones are, see what I mean? There's no chest, but you have to talk to him. The longer ones could last up to maybe 7 minutes or 8. And there's the mission reward. Do not miss this. Don't click on him and go home. Always click on this every time, every chapter. When you open it, see? 3 and then 1 and 1, but it's always different, those numbers. And then you can click on him again and you go home. So right there I had, what was that? 5 tokens plus the 2 he gives me here. You see? And I have these more to go. These ones here, see, these are all on cooldown. And you're probably wondering, what do I get out of this? Or what do you get out of this? And you get all this. This is like 75 tokens to get a Bilbo Baggins house guest in your house. Is 150. I already bought that one. You can get Bilbo's treasure chest. The thing I have my eye on is this Rivendell gazebo, now that I have him as a house guest already. And these 2 things here, these 2 pets, the Bog Lurker Buddy and the Adventurous Lurker. And you can get these rings, and the rings range anywhere from a minimum of level 20 all the way up to level 130. So you can see them right here. They have will, agility, and might. This is a level 20 ring, an example of the stats you get for them. Level 30, they're always will, agility, and might. See? Let's go up a little further to level 80. Get the idea? All the way up to 130. So that. Oh, now you can put something in them. Look at that. You could put an item in there. Maybe like a relic or something. But yeah, you can go ahead and check this out for yourself and see all the different kind of stuff and furniture pieces you can get. As you can see, I can get a few good items depending upon what I get. You know, if I get too expensive stuff. But that's it. I just wanted to make that quick video to let you guys know this is what everyone's. If you see, if you go to Rivendell and you see a bunch of people doing this, this is what they're doing. So, and you can do that for each character, and all the tokens are shared amongst all the characters that you have. So that's how I would manage to accumulate so much for 54. You do it all 10 on one character, you jump on another one and do it again, and then go on another, depending on, you know, maybe you have 6 guys, you can go ahead and do it on 6 guys if you want. And each time you do it for the first time, for the first 10 chapters, you get 30. So at the end of it, now I don't know when. I have this one here, Further Adventures. There's something here where it's a weekly thing. So I don't know what this exactly means. Mission. I don't know if there's going to be more than 10 that open up after the next week. Because, yeah, I don't know. Or is it just these 10 that just keep on repeating? I don't know. I don't know if it goes 1 to 10 and then I have to wait next week. It's just weekly. And then there's going to be like 11 through 20. I don't know exactly how that works. But anyways, it could just be that 10. But, you know, this is kind of a cool thing to do, you know, to get some nice furniture and rings and stuff like that, and pets. So yeah, give it a try. I don't want to make this too long, so I hope you all enjoyed.